Great day. I'm Miss Tracy of Ujima Journey, and today we are going to do libations.
I'm Brother Hatim on Ujima Journey. It's a pleasure to be here, and we are pouring libations for the principle of Ujima. We want to say great Kwanzaa and happy Kwanzaa to each and every last one of y'all. Let's get it poppin'.
First, we start with the Creator. And what do we say?
Ashe. From the Creator, we move to those celestial ancestors. In certain traditions, they're known as certain things. Like, for example, in Kemet, they're known as Netaru. In Yoruba, they're known as Orishas. In a lot of our traditions, we call them angels. We want to salute those universal, those beings that make sure that the universe stay in order. So we pour and we say,
Ashe. Next, we pour for our ancient ancestors. Would you like to name any?
Taotep,
Ashe.
Ramses,
Ashe.
Mansa Musa,
Ashe.
Taharka,
Ashe.
Hannibal,
Ashe. And those that come to the heart, but not out of the mouth, what do we say?
Ashe.
Ashe.
From our ancient ancestors, family, we move to Ma'afa. We're going to lift up and we're going to pour for those individuals that died during Ma'afa, which includes the march from the internal of Africa to the shores of Africa, which includes the Middle Passage or the boat trip, which include all of the terror and the craziness that we went through when we got on this side of the world. We lift up our glass and we pour for all those that passed in Ma'afa, and we say,
Ashe.
Universal.
Now we pour for our universal ancestors.
We pour for the universal ancestors. These are the ancestors that are famous, that burnt the midnight oil to make sure we know who we are, like Marcus Garvey, like Harriet Tubman, like Malcolm X, like Martin Luther King, like I like John Coltrane, and any other names that come to your mind. We pour and we say,
Ashe.
From the universal ancestors, we move to my favorite part. We are at our personal ancestors, which is why we do the daily toast, because a lot of people jump over their personal ancestors. Family, we trace ourselves back to God through our personal lineage. My personal lineage, I'm going to share some of my ancestors. I hope at the same time you will share some of your ancestors. We pour for our personal ancestors. You got something you want to share?
June Cox. Ashe.
Ashe. I'm gonna do a list real quick. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann Robert, the Texas, Davis Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, Winnie Walton, Crystal, Fanny Gaston, Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis, Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Flora, Montague Pittman, L, No More X, Pet Ma, Rob Malika Fakour, Dr. Mary Ann Williams, Kojo Kamal, and Elder Millie Dixon. We lift up our glass.
Michael Ford Jr.
Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all better let them come out.
Sarah Jane Carter. Irene Johnson. Francis Booth Jefferson. Ruth Carter. Ruth Cox. Paula Cox. And William Ford. And what do we say?
We say, Ashe, family, get those personal ancestors because they're here with us. They're part of our extended family. All right? So we got to respect that. That's what we do on the Daily Toast. We lift
Raymond
up
Walker.
That's right.
Michael Mary Walker. Ashe.
Also I want to pour special libations in this personal piece, to Miss Irene Harris. Miss Irene was a longtime trooper with us here when we was laying the foundations for Tawi and Giame. She was an intricate piece of that. We want to make sure we pour for her. We lift her up and we say,
Ashe.
Ashe.
Now we want to pour for this present moment. This present moment is the most important moment of our lives right now. We are past the past and we have not reached the future. So now we pour for our present moment. And what do we say?
Ashe.
Ashe.
From the present moment, family, we pour for our future generations. We toast them in advance. We raise it up in advance. We toast our children, our children's children onto infinity. And we lift up our glass and we say,
Ashe. And now we pour also for the unborn.
Okay.
Ashe.
Ashe. From there, family, we do that selfish toast. This is for all of you that are out here in the trenches, that are out here working and doing the things that you need to do in order to move towards your greatness. So we pour this one us. We fill up our cup so that we can continue doing the work. All right, so what do you need in this moment? We're going to call all this energy up in here that's for you, and we say,
Ashe. We begin with the Creator, and we end with the Creator. What do we say?
Ashe,
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 Ashe.
Ashe.
Now on to Kwanzaa!
Thank you.
Greetings, family. Great Ujima. Welcome to the 2020 citywide Kwanzaa celebration. I am so excited to be here. My name is Tiandra Finch, and I will be your host for the evening. Kwanzaa is such a special time of year. When I moved back to Columbus, Ohio in 2017, I was so grateful to find the Kwanzaa community here in Columbus with Tawi Family Village in Ujima Journey. It was a great experience. I was able to bring all my godchildren. We celebrated together, we learned more about ourselves and our history, and just had the opportunity to set our intention for the year moving forward. We have that same opportunity this year. 2020 has been a whirlwind and an experience, but it's a great opportunity for us to come together and be intentional about who we are and where we're going. I want to say Asante Sana to all of our elders. What a beautiful drum call that was. Thank you for granting us permission to meet today and pour a libation. Thank you to Elder Tony for leading the drum call. It was beautiful to see Elder Alona and Elder Phyllis and Elder Barbara. You all look ravishing tonight. And so yeah, sit tight. Hopefully you have your family together in one spot and enjoy the show. All right, I invite you all to stand and join us as we watch and listen to the National Black Anthem.
On behalf of Gamma Alpha Xenos, this is Lift Every Voice and Sing. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let all rejoicing rise as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won.
Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our Father sighed. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. Out from the gloomy past, still now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast.
Straight from the places, our God, where we met thee. Bless our hearts, drunk from the wine of the world, we forget thee.
Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand. True to our God, true to our native land.
Thank you for the beautiful performance of the Black National Anthem. All right, so our principle of the day is Ujima. Ujima is collective work and responsibility. How necessary that is for us to continue to move forward in our journey and ascension of regaining our power and sense of self and establishment in the world today. I myself am a Kuji baby. I was born on a Tuesday for Kuji Chakalia, which is self-determination. I believe that if I take care of me and you take care of you, we're doing it for one another and we can move forward. There is no success without Ujima. We have to move together collectively, but still be responsible for ourselves and for one another. So again, this is the day of Ujima. I'm glad that you joined us today to celebrate. Take this opportunity to thank and recognize those around you, to intentionally join together in community, so that we can encourage one another as we move forward and as we progress.
Hi, my name is Cassandra Holloway, the newly initiated elder in the Tawi family village. The name of our group, as you have heard from the previous speaker, is El Nawa Akobin, which was a joint and collective project to establish and come up with the name. What this means to me, because El Nawa is the name that someone had contributed because it included the elder status and the nation builder and the warrior status. And Akobin is a call to action. What this means to me, the name, is the fact that we came together. We practice unity. We practice collective work and responsibility. We practice discussing to establish this name, and that is our group focus. My experience as an initiate has let me grow and expand and look at myself and what part that I can play in Tawi. I understand that what I want to do is to be a beneficial presence on the planet, so that the gifts that I bring to the organization is gifts of patience, gifts of peace, harmony, a willingness to practice and give my highest and greatest good for the good of the group. Oh, Ashe.
Thank you for my fellow initiate for welcoming and explaining the principle of the day. We're so grateful for you. It was a beautiful journey to be a part of the initiate class for 2020. And so thank you to El Nawa Akabin.
Hi, my name is Cassandra Holloway. And the principle that I am speaking about today is Ujima, which means collective work and responsibility. What this principle means to me is that in order for us as a people to go beyond where we have been, is we have to individually and collectively think about and see ourselves as building and maintaining institutions, organizations, programs, processes, whatever for our community. And in that, we also have to be able to work with each other, knowing that everyone is a unique expression and everyone sees life according to where they are come from. There may be difficulties, there may be challenges in working with other people, but we have to look at what is the greater good. The greater good has to do with collective work and responsibility. So, as the individuals take responsibility to be willing and available to working with others, regardless of how they are presented to them, then we will be practicing to the highest Ujima. Ashe.
All right, so hold on tight. This is a beautiful part of the show. I am here to welcome Initiate Elder Emily Bailey, who is a world-renowned and extraordinary storyteller. This is a great time for us to bring our children into the room and our elders. This is going to be great for everyone. Join us, sit down, relax, and listen to the story as Elder Emily Bailey delivers so eloquently, as she always does.
Whoa, hello everyone. How are you doing? It's November. And in November, you remember your family and you remember your friends. And you also remember the things that your parents told you. Well, it's time for me to tell you a story about a family. Mother Leopard. Mother Leopard loved her baby girl. And she would always tell her baby girl how beautiful she was, how lovely she was, how mannerly she was, and how well she listened to her mother and all the neighbors, everyone in the community. Well, one day, baby Leopard said, Mama, I want to go outside and play. I want to go outside and run. I want to go outside and have fun. Mother Leopard said, you can go outside, but don't play with fire. Fire? I'm not going to play with no fire. I'll be all right. You can go outside and play, but do not play with fire. Well, baby Leopard went outside. She was having fun. She was having fun and she began to run, began to laugh, and she twirled and she danced. She did the boogaloo. And then she saw a giraffe. And that tall giraffe looked at baby Leopard and said, Baby Leopard, don't play with fire. You don't have to tell me what to do. I will never play with fire. And so she continued to run. Continued to have fun. And she ran and ran and she danced and she twirled and she saw the elephant. The elephant said, watch out, baby Leopard. Don't play with fire. Don't worry, I will never play with fire. So she ran and she ran and she ran and she ran and she saw a gorilla. And the gorilla said, Have fun while you're playing, but don't play with fire. And then, and Baby Leopard said, now, why is everybody telling me not to play with fire? I'm not going to play with fire. But all of a sudden, she saw all the animals running and running, and they were running in a direction, and she was walking in this direction, and she was trying to figure out, I'm going this way, and they are going that way. What's wrong? So she just kept on going. She didn't think about, why are they going that way? So she was just running and having fun. Then she began to smell something. She began to look, and everybody was gone. Every animal was gone. And there in front of her was fire. Her mother said not to play with fire. The elephant said not to play with fire. The giraffe said, don't play with fire. The gorilla said, don't play with fire. But she played with fire. Ouch! Oh, ah, ah, oh, it was hot. Oh, it was hot. Oh, ah, ah, ah. And it began to hurt. And she began to run. And she began to run. And she ran home to her mother. And you know how your mothers always take care of you. And her mother looked and knew at once that her baby didn't listen. Her baby did not listen. But she brought her to her, put her arms around her and said, I love you, honey, but I told you, don't play with fire. But she didn't listen. And her mom put some, what is it, cornstarch on you when you start to burn. Oh, all those things that a loving mother does to a child to make sure that they're all right. That's what her mother did. And she told her, go lay down and take some rest. And she loved her, and she sung her that little song because she wanted to soothe her. And she woke up the next morning, and she wasn't the same. There were spots everywhere. And she didn't like the way it looked. And she said, what can I do? And she went outside because she heard the rain. And she said, maybe the rain can help me out. And she went outside and she felt the rain just cooling her body off. But the rain told her, I can't help you. You played with fire. And she couldn't. And for the rest of her life, she had spots on her body. Then her children had spots on their bodies. And the spots went on and on. That is why leopards have spots. Does it make you think? What we teach our children can affect what they become. And we can tell them not to play with fire. But sometimes they just don't listen. And they have to learn on their own. Don't play with fire.
Ujima. Ujima. Collective work and responsibility. In other words, a common goal getting all of our energy. We can see eye to eye and we align like it is symmetry, and in those conversations like, okay, dog, is you feeling me? You know, but to be honest and to be real to me, I think that the greater power really wants us divided, you know, separate us all and be isolated on islands. And I think that we're better when we're together. You can't deny this. Now, I'm not saying that everything we gotta overcome, but come on, I think that we better when we function some, when we get it all in the same damn circle, then we can jump over anything, even a white man's hurdle. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but when you play back and you think about it, all of them times that we could have been what we would, but we didn't speak about it. See, the difference is that I don't really like to sing. I mean, think about what they did separate. Now together, X and King, I mean, that's a dream that I bet we wish we had it in the 50s and 60s. I know that things right now seem like they're not so pretty, and maybe they won't be, but together we start the shifting, like getting out of everything that we used to have that's drifting away. Common goals, ancestry, and love and stuff. Responsibility. It takes a whole village to raise a child, bruh. That's the honest truth. That's what we talk. That's the facts. After that, anything else that I say is just a snap. Isolated, islands, loneliness. Sometimes we feel like finding those things is like finding holiness, and I understand because, you know, it's all about protecting your own energy, but it should be more about having those conversations that end with, are you feeling me? Can we come to some common ground and work out the terms? Can we talk about all of the things that our ancestors learned, and can we have a conversation without pointing the finger? Can we be a band without having a lead singer? I think that's what the community needs, responsibility.
Mama Emily, that was a just a wonderful time and experience to hear what you had to say. I always am so excited for that experience. Again, the first time that I ever attended Kwanzaa, I got to do so with my godchildren, and we sat at the Columbus Metropolitan Library, and I was like this. We were all so drawn in by the way that you tell a story. So thanks again, beautifully done. And I hope everyone else is encouraged to storytell. That's a part of our culture. We do so effortlessly, and it's a tradition that we should continue to hold on to. All right, the time has come for us to announce our awardee for Ujima. So every Kwanzaa, we have the opportunity to recognize individuals from the community. Today is the same, so hold on tight. We are about to announce the honoree and recipient of the Ujima Award for Kwanzaa 2020. I'd like to invite you all to patronize our Kwanzaa vendors. If you go to gnjmedia.live, there is a tab on the page that says Kwanzaa vendors. Go there, have the opportunity to support and shop with Black-owned businesses that provide beautiful products and services, because that's what we do. Our dollar is very important, and if we are intentional about where we use our dollar and where we shop, we'll continue to grow our community. Tomorrow, as you know, is Ujima for cooperative economics. And so if we're very intentional about building one another and adding to our pockets, it's abundance. It's gonna add unto us, and so on and so forth. So again, go to gnjmedia.live, go to the Kwanzaa Vendors tab, and shop with Black-owned business. Spirit Over Flesh LLC is a wellness-based business where we heal through words. I'm Tiandra. I'm the founding servant leader. It is a Black-owned, woman-owned business that was founded in Ohio, but that can serve the world. Through virtual sessions, either by phone or video conference, we have a conversation. We always start with a 15-minute consult where we just make sure that I learn a little bit about you, you learn some about me, and then we schedule some time to be intentional about your wellness journey. During the time, it's about education and empowerment. You are your own best doctor from within. So I'm literally someone who is just intentional in the space and drawing questions out of you to get you further on your wellness journey. Sessions are typically starting at $80, but if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're going to go ahead and take 20% off. It's about getting you well so that we can be well, right? Kujichagulia and Ujima, collective responsibility. So grateful for the opportunity to support you in your wellness journey. If you're interested, go to my website, spiritoverfleshllc.com. There's a button that says Let's Connect. Fill out the form, and I'll get right back to you. Again, that's spiritoverfleshllc.com. I look forward to supporting you in your wellness journey and healing through words.
Are you heading out of town or have a special occasion? What about birthdays, anniversaries, or reunions? Get the best deals and inexpensive rental car rates, midsize sedan, compact cars, and more. We have a variety of fleet vehicles to accommodate any and all of your rental car needs. Make a reservation today at your local budget rental car on Hamilton Road in Whitehall. Call 614-863-7500.
Happy Kwanzaa. I'm Carla, and my sister Karen and I own Two Natural Sisters. We've been in business for 5 years, and we sell a line of natural bath, body, and candle products. Let's take a look.
Follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, at Two Natural Sisters. All items that are in stock will be shipped within 24 to 48 hours. As a promotional item, we offer a CD of Black romantic poetry of self-love and coupled love, and 50% discount on Sister Locks, Brother Locks by consultant Sapphire Donetta Mahadi. If you have any questions, you can reach us at customercare@twonaturalsisters.com. Enjoy and happy Kwanzaa.
What's going on? My name is Doe. I am the owner and creator of Madeline Gin. Madeline Gin is best described as a celebratory art experience that exudes hella blackness. Initially, the company was founded to provide a luxurious but affordable art experience, and it's since transformed itself into something a bit more spiritual. By walking in what I believe to be my truth, I've been able to get in contact with my ancestors and use my platform and my art, my gift, to tell their untold stories. I do that by using different textures, by utilizing different mediums, colors, and just making things pop out so that it's open for interpretation. I love creating, and I can't wait to be of service to you. Thank you.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.
The Purpose Driven Society is a Black-owned, woman-owned business local to Columbus who creates accessories that have intentional messaging. Our specialty are buttons. Buttons can be worn anywhere, on a shirt, on a book bag, on a hat. The beautiful thing about buttons is that you can change them and switch it up depending on your mood or the day. For election day, we wore a very intentional button. On my book bag, my student's book bag, it says, "You are already intelligent, educate yourself." Buttons are empowering with the messages that we create. Again, we do them very intentionally. At the Purpose Driven Society, we're minding our Black-owned business and hope that you'll help mind ours too by doing business with us. Our buttons go for $3 for one, $5 for two, $7 for three. But if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're doing a special where you'll get an assortment of buttons for just $20 and we'll ship anywhere in the country. So again, that's the Purpose Driven Society. We can be reached at thepurposedrivensociety@outlook.com. Send us an email and we will put together a very intentional bag of buttons for you and ship it straight to your home. Happy Kwanzaa. Thanks for doing business with us. Congratulations to our Kwanzaa 2020 Ujima Award winner, Al Edmondson. Something you should be very proud of, and we are so grateful that you are a part of our community and that you are the representation of collective work and responsibility. Asante Sana to you. This is another opportunity for us to bring the whole community together and the family maybe in one spot as we prepare to hear from Baba Wakesa Madzamoyo talk to us about education. As we know, education is so important. We have the opportunity and we've always had the ability to educate ourselves. We've learned that more so in this year of pandemic, where we've been gratefully brought into the home to learn from one another and with one another. So Baba Wakesa Madzamoyo is going to speak on that topic and encourage us and empower us with tools to move forward collectively with that charge. Please enjoy.
Happy Kwanzaa, everyone. This is Wakesa Madzamoyo. I'm co-director of AYA Educational Institute, and I'm so glad to be here to talk to you about Ujima, collective work and responsibility. First, big ups to the Tawi Family Village and all of those who work tirelessly and hard to make this Kwanzaa expanded, even this difficult time, to have Ohio collectively come in and in fact then expand it and make it available for the nation and beyond. Big ups to the Tawi Family Village and everybody who helped. Again, I'm Wakesa Madzamoyo, and the principle for today is Ujima. What does Ujima mean? Collective work and responsibility. So let's just get right into it. I first want to make sure that as I'm talking to you about it, that you know something about me, something about AYA Educational Institute. And so let's get right to it. I think you'll be able to see this right here. And let's go, boom. All right. So now, let's get right into it, because I can't keep you long. All right. Now, this particular presentation is about warriors, healers, and builders, and how that can help us practice Ujima 365. All right. How we can practice collective work and responsibility 365. And that ties in so much with what Aya is about. It's important that we know what we ought to do. It's also important to know how to do it. And that's what we've been about at our Education Institute for about 24 years. This is our 24th year at our Education Institute. Mama Fia and myself as co-directors, as well as a number of teachers and supporters all throughout the years. And it's been a blessing. Again, I'm co-director along with her. That's about enough for me. You can learn more about me. My name is Wekesa Mazimoyo, Wekesa. Look at us online and you can roll. Right now, I'm so excited. I'm talking fast because I got to get us into Ujima. And Ujima, right, 365. All right. So again, this is our Education Institute's website, ayaed.com. Please go there. Please check it out. We have a middle school and high school program. We also have a healing program in a number of different ways for our adults. It is our warriors, healers, and builders programs and processes that you'll hear and learn about as they get manifested in many different ways. When you talk about collective work and responsibility, you're talking about our Education Institute. Let's move on. So let's just read a little bit so we get clear. Everybody's good. We say Ujima, collective work and responsibility to build and maintain our community together, to make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems, and to solve those problems together. No heroes here. No, I'm single Superman, Superwoman. No, we will solve them together. That is what brings the unity, and that is what brings the trust. It's also a call, Ujima is, for the cooperative creation of the good community, society, and the world that we want to live in, all right? And we must work and struggle for them in various, and ultimately victorious ways. That's Ujima. Now let's break that down, because that's what we like to do. Collective. Questions. What makes a collective? What compromises it? How do you sustain it? You see, if we're talking about Ujima 365, collective work and responsibility, we got to know what these words mean. We also got to know how to answer these questions, because if it's compromised, then it just becomes a nice little holiday. The Nguzo Saba we hear about during Kwanzaa, and that's that. But that's not what we're about. That won't get us home. That's a great thing to do. It's a great start. It's a great revival. But we got to do it 365. And to do that, we got to know what a collective is. We got to know what compromises it and how to sustain it. All right. Work, collective work. All right. Now, what work for whom? We go to work all the time. Are we working for our families? Are we working for groups and that support African efforts? Are we working for African people? Are we working to lift our people? Work. What compromises the work that we do or need to do for our people? And what happens when we try and we fail? And the last word is responsibility. What is responsibility? The state or fact of having a duty to deal with something. That word duty. A duty to whom? And again, what compromises our duty? Our believing that we have a duty to each other. We got to answer those questions. And if you know anything about Aya, we're more how-to than we are ought-tos. Not because ought-tos aren't important, it's just that they're not difficult to get to. It's not difficult for us to agree that this is what we ought to do. The question is, how do we do it now, in the here and now? Let's keep going. Here are a couple of slides. Some years ago, we developed an Uhuru Isusu. And Isusu is a collection, a collective of people coming together to pool their monies in order for us to buy homes free and clear. And we did do that. And so here are just some pictures from that work that we did. These are some of the people who were part of it as we came together for 3 years, putting $500 in per month so that we could buy our homes. We became our own creditors. Now, yes, that's Ujima, but you can't have Ujima, that is cooperative economics, if we're not skilled at, if we're not used to dealing with collective work and responsibility. All it is becomes nice ideas, but nothing actuality. And the reason that we don't sustain those things, the reason efforts like that often fall, and that one did not. We succeeded tremendously. What, the reason is because we knew we had to heal alienation. That's right. Dr. Amos Wilson reminds us we are alienated to serve aliens. That is the process of alienating us from our culture, from our way, from who we are, from each other, is so that we will serve aliens to our community, aliens to our family. And if Ujima is to be Ujima 365, then we got to heal alienation. Let's get on with it. So one of the ways, here's a question we got for you. If you look here and you see this image, many of our children are in similar situations. Look closely at it and answer the question, does this encourage or discourage Ujima? Does it encourage or discourage? You know the answer. You can look at his face, all right? Now, not only is he disgruntled and not wanting to be there, but it doesn't encourage him being in a collective of African people. It doesn't encourage him understanding an identity for himself as an African. So it's important that we choose African-centered education. And even if you have to send them in other places, it's important that parents and those in the community learn what African-centered education is. Many of us didn't grow up. I didn't grow up with African-centered education. I had to reteach myself. That's what I want you to do. Reteach yourself, re-educate yourself so that you can teach your children, so that we can teach each other. Because we can't sustain it, Ujima, if we don't have this, we don't address this, if we don't have a education that nurtures in us that we are one people and that we are deserving of each other's support. All right, let's keep moving. Injected oppression is what we call that alien script. Some people call it self-hate, we don't. Some people call it internalized oppression, we don't, because both of those subtly blame the victim. And I don't have time to give you the psychology of that right now. Just trust me. What we call it is injected oppression, not self-hate. We call it injected oppression because that I believe white people's view of me and view of my people and my culture, that has been injected in me, forcibly injected in me. We have to heal it though, all right? And that's part of what's critical. And this is what will dovetail the warrior, healer, builder. This is why us becoming skilled warriors and healers and builders will better allow us to practice Ujima 365, all right? Now that Kobe Cambone reminds us that we got to do that healing of our intrapsychic and spiritual trauma lingering from the Ma'afa. You know, he reminds us that we got to figure out how to tell the story of the Ma'afa, not just in his way, his story, we must tell our story of it, okay? We must learn to tell that story from the inside out. We must learn to teach about oppression without it depressing our youth and depressing us. And to that end, I want to just share with you a couple of resources for you, all right? That are available to you. Let me stop right here before I go into the resources. This is also from Anana Cambone. He recommends that we have a family ritual to read through the African captive narratives, to seek a better understanding of our ancestors and what they went through, to keep us grounded and to remind us of responsibility and accountability to them. There again, collective work and responsibility. It's important that we understand that we are accountable to our ancestors, to our people. We have a responsibility to them. Now, this is so important because often people read stories of captivity that some people call slavery. They read our history, but they don't read it in order to develop a better understanding and appreciation of what they went through, a better understanding and appreciation of what it took and the skills that we can garner from that, or traditions we can garner from that, and a sense of responsibility and accountability to that. That is what often is missing. Sometimes we read our history because we want to try to shame white people, you know, or we just want to be inspired. Inspiration is great. It's also our history and our culture is instructive. And that's what he's talking about here. And that's what we need to do in order to practice Ujima 365. We call that storytelling from the inside out. Just give you a couple examples of that. This is a course that we offered every 3 months. We're beginning to offer it again in January. Please go to it and take it if you can. It's a 3-month course, right? And it's for adults. and it's called Celebrating Family by Healing Alienation and Broken Stories. I'll repeat that. Celebrating Family by Healing Alienation and Broken Stories. If you don't know it, let me tell you, we're not a broken people, we just have broken stories. We're not a broken family, we just have broken stories. And we can heal those stories. We can tell new stories. We can heal the ones that are broken. All right. And so I'm going to just give you something from this course, some questions that you can take with you, that you can begin to address right now that will help us create the foundation for us practicing Ujima 365. What are the shared family stories that make us family? I know many times there are shared experiences and we have those stories together because we experience them. And then there's stories that are told. You know, stories about dinners, stories about difficulty, stories about overcoming, stories about love lost, stories about land loss, about fights. That is, what are the shared stories that make us family? And if you don't know them or you're not sharing them, then guess what? Family is being eroded. We're talking about collective work and responsibility. That first collection is a family collection. Okay, the family collective, right? And then as it grows, we learn how to support each other, how to see ourselves as a collective unit in our families. And it is the family stories that help reinforce that. Next question. What are the family stories with heroes and sheroes and villains and rogues and martyrs, stories with intrigue and suspense, all right, that teach us values, that teach us Black identity, that teach us critical decision making? Come on, I'm talking about y'all. Okay, where are those stories? Do you have them? If you do, great, share them. All right, have you lost them? Or will the stories die when the elders are no longer able to tell them? I hope you're getting the connection between storytelling from the inside out and Ujima 365, because it is collective work and responsibility. And the biggest part of that is collectivity, is that unity, is seeing ourselves as a unit, and stories and family stories help us do that better than anything. Next question. Where are the stories that shield the family from adversity, that make you get up when you're down? What are the songs? Because songs are just stories set to music that we sing, that the family sings, that when the family gets together, we all just run it. Beautiful. Where are the stories that remind you and that your actions and your thoughts and your emotions are significant? Oppression teaches us to maximize the minimum and minimize the maximum. Oppression teaches us to maximize others' alien stories and victories and whatever, and to minimize our own. Please don't do that. Okay. And for those stories that are broken, who will fix them? It is so important, because storytelling from the inside out helps us develop a sense of responsibility, cooperation, identity, and duty. Please go to ayaed.com/HABS, and you will begin to get a wealth of information about how to do that. All right. And of course, this is about being emotionally authentic. Whenever I asked that question earlier, what happens when we try and we fail? What happens many times is we start being in conflict with each other, conflict with ourselves, and the oppressor has taught us to be inauthentic in our emotion, and all that does is keeps more there. I hope you get a sense that there's much more here. Please go to ayaed.com. Please look up me, look up Mama Fear, join in with IA Education Institute, and take what you have learned just in this short time, okay, and practice it. Put it in place so that you develop the foundation, so that Ujima is not just what we do in Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa becomes a renewal, becomes a revival. Here are some books. Hopefully you'll pause the video and look at those, because they help give us that sense of our history and our courage and our possibility. This is Wakesa Majimoyo. It's been a joy being with you, talking about Ujima, collective work responsibility. On behalf again of Mama Fear and all the Aya family, big ups to the Tawi family village. Big ups to you and your family. Let this year be a powerful, powerful year. And so thank you so much for spending your time with me. Let's make it happen.
Baba Wakesa Mazumoyo, thank you so much. That was such rich content We're so grateful for your gift and your willingness to share with the community, and we don't take it lightly. So thank you for sharing with us. I hope everyone enjoyed the information and content that was shared on community education, and I hope that we can come together and not only hear that information, but actually put it into practice. Again, Baba Wakesa, we thank you. I just want to take the opportunity to say how dope we are as a people. Kwanzaa is like no other celebration. This is a 7-day opportunity for us to be intentional about where we're going in our direction for the next year and beyond. And so I invite you all to join not only Columbus this year, but Cleveland, Cincinnati, Dayton, Akron. We've come together to create a beautiful program, 7 days of celebration from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We have other things going on, but there is no excuse this year to bring your family or even just pop your headphones in and listen to some beautiful content. Allow it to really immerse your soul and your spirit and encourage you about who we are, who we were created to be, who our ancestors are, and where we're going moving forward. Please join us. We're grateful that you're here. Tomorrow, Ujima. The next day is going to be Nia. And then we have Kuumba and Imani. I hope you were able to join us for Emoji and Kuji Chagalia. But if not, we're going to have it taped, and so you'll be able to view it again. Again, this is a 7-day opportunity for us to come together and celebrate and grow with one another. We're so grateful that you're here for our first ever virtual 2020 Kwanzaa celebration. All right, now y'all, hope y'all are ready for our performance of the evening. Get ready for some music, for some dancing, for some singing. Sit tight and enjoy the show.
Yo! LOL! BXC, you stop talking.
Word to my mama, I'm out of my llama bean. Don't wanna see what that drama mean. Get some drama mean, llama scream. Hotter than summer sun on a Ghana queen. Now all I want is hits. She ain't signed the theme. I play the side for you, just trying to front and see. Son of gun, son of Sam, you the son of me. Pause for this dumber speech. I blow like Buddha, disturb me, and you'll be all over the flow like Luda. I flow like scuba, jump on like Cuba, and I keep a killer. She gon' blow right through ya, through ya, through ya, through ya, through ya, through ya, through ya.
I'ma show you all how to MC. Rock for one of the souls of the things. No fiends hope for a dream. Intervene like a case of gangrene. Gangrene and exit the scene with a fine team. Fill up the fair team. Jason. J Squad.
Yes. Have you ever seen a show where fellas on the mic where women don't come out right? They right. They never right. That's not polite. Am I right? No, you're quite right. But tonight, on the Sunday night, you're about to hear, we swear, the best star rappers of the year. So, turn it up, yeah, scream, bravo. Also, if you didn't know, this is called the show.
This is a slaughterhouse anthem. Brought to death.
Back up for the high with the pumps off. In the graveyard is where you get jumped off. All we wanna do is party. Everybody at the bar, party. Black Barbie dressed in Bulgari. I'm trying to leave somebody's Ferrari. Spread love, that's what a real mom do. Keep it gangster, look out for the people. We can picture these. You better keep the peace. But I'm the beats. We the best, there was room for improvement. Our presence is felt like a black man's movement. 7 quarter to 8, back to back. I'm sitting on chrome 7 times. That's my beats. With the belly, I'm with the bands. That's what they see. Jumping on the tag wall with the tails. Keep it real. And it's good. These girls got so worldwide. All my plays in the hood stay fly. And if you're born in it, you say
Funky first, Justin was fresh, ready to party.
You already know,
Do not try to with this young girl. 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 Funky first, Justin was fresh, ready to party. Funky first, funky first, funky first. 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 Funky first, let's go. Ready to party.
Y'all are always amazing. So grateful to see that. I didn't even know people break dance anymore, but look at y'all spinning and handstands and rhythm like no other. Very cool. I got some moves, but I'm not even gonna, do that today because I'm gonna stay in my lane, which is hosting. But I enjoyed watching y'all. I'm gonna go back and study y'all's tape though later to see if I can do a handstand too. It was beautiful. Thank you. Hopefully y'all out there enjoyed it. Maybe you were getting up in your seats, dancing, standing up. Maybe you had your own Soul Train line going on. If you haven't done that, maybe you'll do it later. VHB, again, we thank you. Great performance. Thanks for all you do for the community. Paradigm Project, how beautiful was that? You all never cease to amaze me. I've seen so many young people come through your beautiful program. I've been in audiences and just heard how talented and rich you all are. And this performance was like all the rest, just as beautiful and rich. And it gets better every time. So thank you so much for your dedication to your skill and your gift. It's beautiful and it will continue to grow and we'll continue to be blessed by it. Thanks again, Paradigm Project.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, could you hold your hand up? Hold your right hand up. Touch your heart. Kwanzaa should always be in our heart. And another thing that should always be in your heart is the inspiration, motivation, the desire to read. I'm a member of the National Sorority of Phi Delta Kappa. And every year on Martin Luther King's birthday, we ask everyone that we know to take an hour to read. Just take 1 hour to read. You can start in the restroom, the bathroom, the bedroom, the kitchen table, the sofa. But at one time in our life, we could not read. We were not allowed to read. Now we can read, but we don't read. And so this is our national incentive because we are an educational professional organization made up of teachers, certified teachers. So I need everyone, please do not leave tonight without pledging to read, and you can read to your children. But that's the National Sorority of Phi Delta Kappa, and Gamma Alpha chapter is located here in Columbus. Thank you. Touch your heart and say, I pledge to read forever. Reading is power.
Reading is power. All right, family, if you could, give a round of applause. Powerful pledge. Let's circle up, family. Let's circle up. We're going to do the closing circle. And from the closing circle, we're going to move to the food. Now, elders, go first. I know y'all hungry. I appreciate your patience. But we want to make sure all of the elders following our tradition go first. So we want to start right here, and we want the circle to stop right here at the drums. Right here. So Elder Tony is going to light the last 2 candles for us as a community as we complete this ritual. Ladies, y'all need to get up in the circle. So repeat after me. Minute by minute. Y'all can do better than that. Minute by minute. Hour by hour. If you lose your history, you lose your power. Minute by minute. Hour by hour. If you lose your faith, you lose your power. If it is to be, it's up to me. I feel good about myself. I feel good about the people around me. I feel goodness all around me. And it will follow me for the rest of my life. Because I walk with good. And I talk with good. And I am good. And that feels real good. good, better, best. Never let it rest. Till your good is your better, and your better is your best. Black people, we were great. We shall be greater still. Lose not faith, lose not courage. Go forward, uplift the race. Harambe! 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 Harambe!
I'm so glad that you all came and joined us to view Ujima's content. Tomorrow is Ujima for cooperative economics. I invite you to come in, to be thinking about your entrepreneurial endeavors, to think about your gifts and how we're not working just for money, but we're in line with abundance. And as we give our gifts and allow our ancestors and the spirit to move through us, as we were created, that will be taken care of exponentially. And so thank you so much again for joining us for Ujima with cooperative or collective work and responsibility. And I invite you to join us tomorrow for Ujima, cooperative economics. It's been a great evening. I've enjoyed spending it with you all. Have a good night. Spirit Over Flesh LLC is a wellness-based business where we heal through words. I'm Tiandra. I'm the founding servant leader. It is a Black-owned, woman-owned business that was founded in Ohio, but that can serve the world. Through virtual sessions, either by phone or video conference, we have a conversation. We always start with a 15-minute consult where we just make sure that I learn a little bit about you, you learn some about me, and then we schedule some time to be intentional about your wellness journey. During the time, it's about education and empowerment. You are your own best doctor from within. So I'm literally someone who is just intentional in the space and drawing questions out of you to get you further on your wellness journey. Sessions are typically starting at $80, but if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're gonna go ahead and take 20% off. It's about getting you well so that we can be well, right? Kujichagulia and Ujima, collective responsibility. So grateful for the opportunity to support you in your wellness journey. If you're interested, go to my website, spiritoverfleshllc.com. There's a button that says Let's Connect. Fill out the form and I'll get right back to you. Again, that's spiritoverfleshllc.com. I look forward to supporting you in your wellness journey and healing through words.
Are you heading out of town or have a special occasion? What about birthdays, anniversaries, or reunions? Get the best deals and inexpensive rental car rates, midsize sedans, compact cars, and more. We have a variety of fleet vehicles to accommodate any and all of your rental car needs. Make a reservation today at your local budget rental car on Hamilton Road in Whitehall. Call 614-863-7500.
Happy Kwanzaa. I'm Carla, and my sister Karen and I own Two Natural Sisters. We've been in business for 5 years, and we sell a line of natural bath, body, and candle products. Let's take a look. Follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, at Two Natural Sisters. All items that are in stock will be shipped within 24 to 48 hours. As a promotional item, we offer a CD of Black romantic poetry of self-love and coupled love. and 50% discount on sister locks, brother locks by consultant Sapphire Donetta Mahadi. If you have any questions, you can reach us at customercare@twonaturalsisters.com. Enjoy and happy Kwanzaa.
What's going on? My name is Doe. I am the owner and creator of Madeline Gin. Madeline Gin is best described as a celebratory art experience that exudes hella blackness. Initially, the company was founded to provide a luxurious but affordable art experience, and has since transformed itself into something a bit more spiritual. By walking in what I believe to be my truth, I've been able to get in contact with my ancestors and use my platform and my art, my gift, to tell their untold stories. I do that by using different textures, by utilizing different mediums, colors, and just making things pop out so that it's open for interpretation. I love creating, and I can't wait to be of service to you. Thank you.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times, I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.
The Purpose Driven Society is a Black-owned, woman-owned business local to Columbus who creates accessories that have intentional messaging. Our specialty are buttons. Buttons can be worn anywhere, on a shirt, on a book bag, on a hat. The beautiful thing about buttons is that you can change them and switch it up depending on your mood or the day. For Election Day, we wore a very intentional button. On my book bag, my student's book bag, it says, "You are already intelligent, educate yourself." Buttons are empowering with the messages that we create. Again, we do them very intentionally. At the Purpose Driven Society, we're minding our Black-owned business and hope that you'll help mind ours too by doing business with us. Our buttons go for $3 for one, $5 for two, $7 for three. But if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're doing a special where you'll get an assortment of buttons for just $20, and we'll ship anywhere in the country. So again, that's the Purpose Driven Society. We can be reached at thepurposedrivensociety@outlook.com. Send us an email, and we will put together a very intentional bag of buttons for you and ship it straight to your home. Happy Kwanzaa. Thanks for doing business with us.
body got it. Listen, look. Her body got it. Hear me now. Listen later. Her body got it. Listen, look, listen, look, listen, look, listen, look, listen, look, listen. Listen, look, listen, look, listen, look. Moja kuchi chakulia Ujima Ujama Nia kuumba imani Espanza Moja kuchi chakulia Ujima Ujama Nia kuumba imani Espanza Listen look Listen look, listen look, listen look, listen look. Moja unity. Listen look, listen look, listen look. Jagulia, self-determination. Listen look, listen look. Ujima, listen look, listen look, listen look. Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Ujama, cooperative economics. Nia, purpose. Kuumba, creativity. Imani, faith. Money, moja kuchi chakulia Ujima Ujama Nia kuumba imani Espanza moja kuchi chakulia Ujima Ujama Nia kuumba imani Espanza Listen look. Do your African dance is your part? Do your African dance is your part? Do your African dance is your part? Genetics, dance your part. Genetics, dance your part. DNA, it's your part. Habari gani? Listen look, listen look, listen look, listen look, listen look, listen. Habari gani? Hear me now, hear me now, hear me now, listen later, listen. Habari gani? Listen look, listen look, listen look, listen look, listen look, listen. Habari gani? Listen look, listen look, listen look. Moja kuchi chakulia Ujima Ujama Nia kuumba imani Espanza Moja kuchi chakulia Ujima Ujama Nia kuumba imani Espanza Listen look. Yo, if you didn't know, now you know. Once I got 7 principles, we live by the code. Unite all the sisters and my bros. We got power in our soul, professional. When I put the beat with the flow, I got water on the low. Drip for the cool, winter in the 614. Red, black and green candles. Lit.
It's your part. Do your African dance, it's your part. Do your African dance, do your African dance, it's your part. Do your African dance, it's your part. Do your African dance, do your African dance, do your African dance, do your African dance.
Habari gani? Nzuri sana. Habari gani? Nzuri sana. Habari gani? Nzuri sana. Habari gani? Nzuri sana.
Do your African dance, it's your part. Do your African dance, it's your part. Do your African dance, it's your part. Genetics, dance your part. Genetics, dance your part. DNA, it's your part.
Habari gani?
Listen look, listen look, listen look, listen look, listen look, listen.
Habari gani?
Hear me now, hear me now, listen, hear me now, listen later, listen.
Habari gani?
Listen look, listen look, listen look, listen look, listen look, listen.
Habari gani?
Listen look, listen look, listen. Moja kuchi chakulia Ujima Ujama Nia kuumba imani Espanza Moja kuchi chakulia Ujima Ujama Nia kuumba imani Espanza Listen look. Listen look, listen look, listen look, listen look. Moja unity. Listen look, listen look, listen look. Jagulia, self-determination. Listen look, listen look. Ujima, listen look, listen look, listen look. Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Ujama, cooperative economics. Nia, purpose. Kuumba, creativity. Imani, faith. Money, faith.
Habari gani? Nzuri sana. 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 Habari gani? Nzuri sana.